Welcome to video blog number 2. It's 11th of July, it's my birthday, and I've just turned 37. This morning while I was running around the block like I always do, I thought the most important thing I could tell you today is what first went through my mind as I set off running down the path, thinking about being 37. And basically I actually immediately weirdly thought of a patient that I had when I was a junior doctor about 10 years ago. He was a young man who had 2 small children and unfortunately had gastric cancer, and he was dying, and I was basically trying to keep him alive as long as possible until he could get into the Macmillan Centre where dying people go and they try and keep them comfortable. And we fought with blood transfusions way beyond what a lot of people thought we should have done in order just to get him there so he could see his kids one last time. And although that's a pretty morbid way to start this, it's really all about gratitude. And you will find as you get older in your life and you go through different things, and even when you're young actually, that your emotions are not actually very much connected with the real life and death that they sometimes feel like they are. So what I mean by that is you can get a sense of tension and stress and worry in your chest from traffic, or from running 2 minutes late, or from dropping your phone and breaking it. And that feeling, I think, is about as intense as some of the worst things that can happen, but we just have a newer level basically. So because everything in life is basically getting easier, and as civilization progresses and hopefully it always will be continuously getting safer and better, as it has for a very long time, there is a growing distance between the real dangers in life, the real life and death stuff that we evolved from. But our emotions don't know that. They basically get a new set point, and you can end up suffering. The long and short of it is you can end up suffering for no good reason. So you feel the same sense of suffering for something that's actually relatively minor as you would if it was something fairly major. And one of the ways around this is gratitude. So interestingly, if you were to put someone in a functional MRI scanner and measure their brain activity, and you put them in a grateful state, you turn off a lot of the brain centers that are associated with suffering and stress. So it literally makes you feel happier just by being grateful for what you have. And we all have something to be grateful for, even if it's just the ability to breathe and the ability for your heart to pump blood to your organs. This gives us the essence of what life is and what we really need to be grateful for. But the really good thing about it is when you feel grateful, you're also more able to function and improve your problems. So even if you're in a load of stress and things are going really awfully and something really awful has happened, trying to focus on gratitude and everyone has someone to be grateful for will increase your ability to solve those problems, because it puts you in a positive state of mind, which makes you much more resourceful, much more creative, much more able to change a situation. So it's a very useful skill. Do it now. Always think of something that will make you grateful. The 2 visions I have most are when Jasper and Xander were born. Both were pretty intense moments. They're both quite different. So Jasper came out after very long labour, and Mum had been on all sorts of painkillers, so he was quite floppy when he came out, and he let off very quiet gurgle, and that was it. And I was worried, but about 5 minutes later he was sucking on my finger as if it was the most delicious meal he'd ever had, which actually it was at that point. And with Xander, he actually came out with the cord around his neck, and there was a moment where I was really worried there as well, because obviously all babies are purple when they came out, but I thought, oh gosh, I hope he's all right. And he let off, because Mum hadn't had any painkillers, a powerful scream and it was the most beautiful noise to to a dad who's worried. So those two moments I can always feel grateful for. Those are two really dramatic moments, but you can, even before then, there's so much to be grateful for, because nothing in this life is guaranteed, so everything you've had is really a bonus. Everything. Even when things go horribly wrong, you're still probably very lucky compared with many people. So be grateful. Be grateful not just because you should, but because it makes you more able to deal with your problems, more able to be happy, more able to function, and best of all, helps you enjoy your life more. So hope it helps. Be grateful.